Did you know that you don't always get 100% of your money back on the first refinance? It took me a while to figure this out for some reason, and there was like levels or stages of me figuring this out. So at the beginning of when I was learning about real estate, I thought you didn't really keep track of how much you get paid back versus how much capital you put in. I thought it was always just like since the down payment and stuff is needed, that's just like the costs, and then whatever comes out of the refi is like split, and like that's just it. And even back when I had the mindset of like, I'm gonna do everything myself, I'm gonna have 100% ownership and 100% control, these refis seemed crazy because I was like, I'll get a 20 unit, 30 unit, refi it within a year, and then I'll pull out however much. That was my original thought, and it never occurred that I would have to pay investors back, and then I'd have a split of the rest and everything like that. So it really breaks down. So when I first heard about it, it was just like everything's 100%. I get the whole refi. But that's not the case when you're using someone else's money. So at first I thought it just didn't matter, it wasn't tracked. And then when I started getting into underwriting a little bit more, realizing that there is like partner payback and partnership splits and stuff like that, because a lot of people's strategy, I mean my strategy, you have a pay back the investors first mindset, where 100% of the cash flow goes to the passive partners until they get paid back, and then the rest is split. And when they're getting 100% of the cash flow until they get their capital back, how that split is done, since like say you have a 50-50 on active partners and passive partners, then if 100% of the cash flow is going to 50% of the equity, how is that calculated? Is it just like split in half? Like if there's more than one investor, so if there's 2 investors, 3 investors, like would it be split? Would it be the cash flow split by 2, split 3 ways? Is that what it is? But it's not. It is calculated based on how much of the capital they invested. So if 2 people put in 50% of the capital needed, then it would be 50-50. But if it was like 70-30, then that's what the split would be, even though it's a 50-50. So when I started realizing this, and I was like, damn, like you get no cash flow. And even on the refi, depending on how you do it, most of the refi is just going towards them until they get paid back. Then the rest of the refi is then further split. So you get no cash flow. So like say you do 5 years and you don't get paid, like they don't get paid back until the refi. So you don't see any of the cash flow, and on the refi, say like 60% of the capital still needs to be paid back. Whatever that amount is given to them from the refi, and then the rest of that is then split your 50-50 or whatever you have the active passive split be. But then as I was underwriting more properties and getting a better idea of how the returns look on the refis after a certain amount of years, whatever it be, I started noticing that there's not a lot of properties around here, at least, that give 100% of the payback on the first refi. And this could be because it's a cash flowing building rather than an appreciating building, but it could be neither. Like, I've noticed that there are a lot of properties that don't cash flow and do not even appreciate that well. Like, because you can't value add around here with, like, you can't just kick people out. I mean, I guess you can cash for keys, but that's expensive nowadays, because even if you give someone $10,000 to leave, that's not even rent for the year around here. So it's not even that intriguing to have $10,000 thrown your way to skedaddle. And we have the rent control, so we can't bump it. I know our rent control is higher than a lot of the other provinces, but it's still there, and we can't just jack it up. I mean, like, now that there's the fixed leases, then that kind of helps. You can kind of fade them out that way, but I don't know, it's just looking like a dickhead coming in, just be like, nope, you're gone. I don't care about you or your life, or I'm just gonna be a massive inconvenience for you. But it's tough. Part of the business, I guess. It's one of the reasons why people hate landlords, I think. You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a business. I always think, like, you will say this until you get into it, because I'm still a renter. A lot of people, most of these people are renters, and they experience these landlord kerfuffles and they experience these landlord situations. But the people that aren't into real estate will always just complain, because they don't really understand. If they were in this situation and the only way for them to raise the appreciation is to raise the rents, kick people out, and that was their goal, is to raise the appreciation, that's exactly what they're going to be doing too. They just don't know better. So I don't know. I've always just found it funny when people complain, because I used to have that mindset too, like, oh, these landlords always do this and for no reason. Now, I remember before I actually started learning the reality of real estate, I was like, I'm never going to raise rents. I'm not going to be that landlord. I'm going to be the cool landlord that everyone likes and wants to come to, never going to raise rents and going to be nice and all that. But that's the dumbest thing ever, because they're like, how are you going to make money? You just hate it. What? Yeah, then I started then I started realizing that a lot of properties, you don't even get your full capital back on the first refi. So as an active partner, that's kind of scary, saying I might have to wait on the 10th year to see anything from this one property. That's the whole game of get rich slow, wealth building, I guess. What you gonna do? So the key is really just right now, like, because the value add is really intriguing to be like, oh, these big numbers in so many years, possibly even 1 year. But then I'm like, well, I could set it up where it's not 100% cash flow, and then see some of that, and then like they get the full refund. I don't even know. Yeah, I just figured I'd get on here and ramble about that. Be careful. Don't think that you're always gonna get all your money back and everything's going to be fine and dandy, because even if on paper it looks like that, within the 5 years, anything can happen in 5 years. Anything can happen in 1 year. I mean, look how drastically things changed with COVID, just society wise, like community wise, economic wise, everything. A plan could look perfect on paper, but something could happen in year 3 where it totally screws everything up. Could be a hurricane, anything. That's really all I gotta say about that. Thanks for listening, and I've been really trying hard to put the discipline into making videos and edit videos. So this was the first push. It was delayed for a while there because I did record some videos on my phone that were impossible to get on my computer. I just couldn't do it, and I tried putting it on editing apps on my phone, and it just wouldn't upload to the app. So we're gonna figure it out, and I'll see you in the next one.